Good afternoon. Please welcome to the floor the Hofstra University class of 2024. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Charlie Reardon, and I have the privilege and responsibility of serving as Provost and welcoming you to Hofstra University's Spring 2024 Baccalaureate Commencement exercises. As Provost, I'm going to take a moment for personal privilege, only about 30 seconds, but that'll be long enough, so I invite everyone to be seated. So please allow me to take the personal privilege as serving as Provost to briefly go off script. This graduation class is truly like no other. You lost the last 4 months of your senior year in high school, missed proms, spring sports seasons, senior class plays, and graduation ceremonies. You started your Hofstra journey when the world was locked down. Your classes were largely on Zoom, and your first-year experiences were socially and physically distant. For many of you, today is the first chance to don a cap and gown, and for your parents, families, and friends to see you graduate in person. So we are here today to celebrate you, your talents, your resilience, your fearlessness. Speaking of fearless, as I said, speaking of fearless, words from one of the greatest songwriters of this generation, Taylor Swift, sum up today's joy, and I quote, "I don't know how it gets better than this." So now let's get this celebration started. So these Spring 2024 Baccalaureate Commencement exercises this afternoon are for the Frank G. Zarb School of Business, the Fred DeMatteis School of Engineering and Applied Science, and the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication. Dean Luke, they've become effective communicators. So as part of the foundation of our ceremony today, we gratefully acknowledge the native peoples on whose ancestral homelands we gather, as well as the diverse and vibrant native communities who make their home here and throughout New York State today. We take a moment to recognize the original inhabitants of this territory, indigenous land, which we acknowledge as sacred territory, as the land of many tribes, including the Matinacox, the Merricks, and Massapequa in the miles around us. And now we begin our program with the invocation delivered by Rabbi Dave Siegel, followed by the national anthem led by Jade Villa, class of 2024. Will everyone please stand as they are able?
Congratulations, everyone. Almighty God, as we gather here today with our Hofstra family to acknowledge and celebrate the accomplishments of our graduating students, we express our great thanks for allowing us to reach this special day. Grant your blessings to the parents, friends, faculty, and administrators that have supported and guided these students each day. Please give our amazing graduates the opportunity to make their dreams come true, the strength and knowledge to help make this world a better place, and the resources to accomplish what we know they are capable of. May these students always be a blessing to everyone whose lives they touch, and may it be your will, merciful God, that these students and all of us always bask in your blessings of health, happiness, and peace. And finally, please make sure they always remember that they have a home at Hofstra University. And let us say, Amen.
Now performing our alma mater is the Hofstra Vocal Ensemble, accompanied by the Hofstra University Commencement Band, conducted by David Soto, Adjunct Associate Professor of Music and Director of Bands. The words of the alma mater are on the inside cover of your program.
Hofstra, we are grateful, and thus we thank thee for inspiring us and guiding us through all the great unknown. Oh, hail the blue and gold, unrivaled motivation, invaluable and true, selfless with thy knowledge and vision to pursue. All the lands we journey, thou shalt remain our home. Dear Hofstra, we are grateful, and thus we thank thee for inspiring us and guiding us through all the great unknown.
I now have the pleasure of introducing some very special guests, beginning with the chair of the Hofstra University Board of Trustees, Mr. Donald Schaefer. I'm also pleased to introduce the Hofstra University deans. Please stand as you are introduced, and please remain standing until all the deans have been introduced. And I'll ask our exuberant graduates to hold your applause until we introduce all the deans, if possible. Reginald Alston, School of Health Professions and Human Services. Eva Badowska, the Hofstra College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, which includes the Calico School of Government, Public Policy, and International Affairs, the School of Humanities, Fine and Performing Arts, and the School of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. David Battinelli, the Donald and Barbara Zucker School of Medicine at Hofstra Northwell. Warren Frasina, the Stuart and Nancy Rabinovitz Honors College. Julian Koo, the Maurice A. Dean School of Law. Kevin Kumashiro, the School of Education. Janet Lenahan, the Frank G. Zarb School of Business. Mark Lukashevitz, the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication. Renee McLeod-Sorgen, the Hofstra Northwell School of Nursing and Physician Assistant Studies. And Sina Rabbani, the Fred DeMatteis School of Engineering and Applied Science. It's also my distinct pleasure to introduce as a group my colleagues and friends, the vice presidents, vice provosts, and senior administrators, to recognize them now. Thank you all. And now please welcome the woman who leads this university, President Susan Poser.
Well, congratulations, class of 2024, and welcome to Hofstra University's commencement. A very special welcome to all of the parents, families, and friends who are joining us, and our commencement speaker, Ms. Margaret Hoover, whom I will more formally introduce in a little while. To our graduates, today probably feels like the end of something big. And of course it is. Attaining a college degree is a great achievement and indicates that you have come through a time of intense learning in an academic environment, which was also likely a period of great personal growth and of growing up. Many of you made what will become lifelong friendships and spent hours and hours savoring these friendships on a daily basis. In these ways, this commencement marks the end of a very distinct time in your lives. And as you leave this commencement, you will take with you a world-class education, as well as experiences outside of the classroom that come from completing projects, doing internships, participating in athletics, serving in student government and other student activities, engaging with the arts, and serving the community. I hope that this political, cultural, and civic engagement will continue to be an important part of your future. Our collective future as a country and as a world depends on this, and having attended Hofstra, you know what it is and you know how to do it. Now, the idea of commencement, of course, is not just an ending of something big. In fact, the word itself signifies a beginning, a time to commence, a time to take all of your experiences at Hofstra, both in and outside the classroom, the lab, the studio, and begin again as you move into work or graduate or professional school or whatever it is that comes next for you. And like most beginnings, commencement is an exciting time, but also a time of uncertainty. But you are ready to enjoy this excitement and to deal with any uncertainty. You have succeeded in getting to this place in your lives, this celebration of education achievement, having finished high school and started college during a global pandemic. This is significant for your futures and will, in perhaps an unexpected way, serve you well. And this is because you understand now something that before COVID, most people learn at a much later age, which is that your life, both your personal and your professional path, is not a road laid out in front of you that you find and then take a nice long walk. Life truly is what you make of it, and there are things that will happen that are completely out of your control. And it is how you react to those things, how you deal with them, and the choices that you make in the face of uncertainty that will determine your path and your success. And most of us learn this much later in life, when we have children, or when there's a tragedy in our lives or some other unexpected event. But you already know this. You learned at a young age that the one constant in life is change, sometimes unexpected and difficult change, which presents no choice but to adapt. And I hope you see that the pursuit of a good life, no matter how you define it, is not only about having goals and determination and working hard and having some luck, as important as all of that is, but it's also about how you adapt to change and the choices that you make within these new and unexpected contexts. You have already adapted to a huge challenge in a most admirable way, and we know that because you're sitting here right now. And this bodes so well for your future, and it fills me with great pride. So on behalf of Hofstra University, I promise you that we will always be your university, and we will continue to support you, and like you, we will continue to grow in strength and reputation, enhancing the value of your degree. We will always strive to make you proud, just as you have made us so proud. After all, one way to measure the greatness of a university is by the success and the humanity of its alumni, and you are now all part of that legacy. So again, my heartfelt congratulations to the class of 2025. 24. I said 25 again.
Futuristic. It's now my pleasure to welcome to the podium the chair of the Hofstra University Board of Trustees, Mr. Donald Schaefer, for a special greeting.
Thank you, Provost Reardon. Good afternoon. On behalf of the board, the Hofstra Board of Trustees, I would like to congratulate the class of 2024 on your graduation. We welcome you, your families, and friends to this celebration of your academic achievement. We are proud of you and all your accomplishments. You have faced obstacles and persevered. You have displayed grit as well as grace. You have been leaders as well as learners. We applaud the bright path that you have set for yourselves and for those who will follow. Starting today, Hofstra becomes your alma mater, the place you went to college. But today, you are not leaving Hofstra. You will always be a part of the enduring bond of the Hofstra family, the Hofstra pride. And this campus will always be home to you. We look forward to sharing with you your next chapters as graduates in pursuit of your careers and as alumni. Congratulations again, class of 2024. Thank you.
Okay, class of 2024, it's now my honor to introduce Hofstra's commencement speaker. We are delighted to have with us today Ms. Margaret Hoover, host of PBS's Firing Line with Margaret Hoover. Firing Line is a long-standing public affairs television show where Ms. Hoover engages in a deep exchange of ideas with guests on a single topic each episode. Just a few months ago, Ms. Hoover was here on campus recording 2 episodes of Firing Line at the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication. This provided a wonderful opportunity for our Hofstra students at the Herbert School not only to serve as audience members for those particular episodes, but also to work behind the scenes in preparing for the recording of those shows. In addition to serving as host of the PBS series, Ms. Hoover is a best-selling author, strategist, and political commentator. Her experience includes serving on the White House staff of President George W. Bush and on 2 presidential campaigns. Her writing has appeared in major news outlets, including The New York Times, The Wall Street Journal, CNN.com, and FoxNews.com. In 2013, Ms. Hoover co-founded the American Unity Fund, a political organization that focuses on achieving full freedom and equality for LGBTQ+ Americans. She serves on the Board of Overseers for Stanford University's Hoover Institution and on the Board of Trustees for the Hoover Presidential Foundation. Ms. Hoover holds a bachelor's degree from Bryn Mawr College. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Margaret Hoover.
Oh, but first, hold. Okay, perfect. All right, thanks. 2024. Wow, that was loud. Congratulations. Tell me, as I calibrate my voice to this microphone, where are the comms students? How about it? Engineers? Business? All right. They told me the comms people were the rowdiest. In this subset, I think I see a few of you. Raise your hands if you were part of the Firing Line production that we did here. I see some of you guys. Welcome back. Today, relish this moment, all of you here with your blue hats. You have worked so hard for this. You have stayed up late nights. You have devoted yourselves to this goal, and you have achieved this goal, and take the day, take the month, whatever it is, and relish it. You have earned this success. But what I also want to note is that it is unlikely that you ascended to this mountaintop alone. To all of you out there in the bleachers, to the parents, to the friends, to the professors, to your families and mentors, who have supported these folks with blue caps, congratulations to you as well. This is your day too. I remember too well my own graduation was a collective celebration that included deeply relieved parents, grateful cousins, a little brother who was incredibly proud and always knew I'd get here, and a loving but skeptical grandmother who received live reports from the event from the other side of the country. I know it's a group effort, and congratulations. Now, for those of you, when you were here at Hofstra, who studied hard, put your head down, had major focus, knew you were going to be in business, knew you wanted to be in communications, know what kind of civil engineering projects you want to take on in the future, who have met this day without any kind of personal drama and are awaiting your diploma with perhaps a job offer, ready to embrace the next stage of your life from a position of strength, I commend you. My hat is truly off to you. That is a very difficult thing to do. Well done. However, if you do not resemble those remarks, worry not. I didn't either. My university years were riddled with fits and starts. I had a very triumphant first semester, followed by the next semester in which I withdrew from classes altogether. And then I had a grand return, one of them, and then a transfer, just one transfer, and then 3 opportunities to score a decent grade on AB calculus. Third time's a charm, I finally got a B+. I had a less than storybook college trajectory, and as I think about those 4 years that I was in college, honestly, they were 5, and the intervening 23 years since I sat in a seat very similar to the seat you're sitting in now, about to get your diploma, I think of one of the major lessons that I wish it was okay that somebody had told me as I embarked on the next chapter, which you start tomorrow, in which your education continues and you begin the work of creating yourselves in the world as adults. I submit to you that trial and error is a perfectly sound strategy, not just in your science labs, but for this next decade of your life. Someone told me around this time in my life that no decade in my life would I change as much as from 20 to 30, the decade you are embarking now, than any other subsequent decade. Not 30 to 40, not 40 to 50, not 50 to 60. In fact, they were right. The personal development related to the values that you will model when you are an adult, when you are fully formed, your character, your preferences, your tastes, your skills, your work ethic, all of that settles into your bones in this next decade. And as desperate as I was to get out of these robes and embrace the world, I was terrified and I was paralyzed. And I had no idea what I wanted to be or wanted to become. And so I began, little by little, through trial and error. I tried different jobs, different places, different fields, and I narrowed my path into the life that I now have and love. Now, for trial and error to work for you, first you have to be open to new things, which means you have to take the plunge, and you have no idea what the water is going to be. It could be hot, it could be scalding, it could be freezing, and this is scary. But it can also be exhilarating, and it will lead to the experiences that ultimately shape you. The second thing is that you have to be willing to err, or just notice and recognize when the thing you tried didn't work. So I took really seriously this aphorism that you build wisdom from experience, but you build experience from trial and error. And so the goal should be, I posit to you, not just to try things to see what happens, but use the process as a methodology to figure out what you're good at. and then marry it with something you care about, what many people often call your passion. So my first job, when I graduated on a day like today, in a robe like yours, was, by the way, with a major in Spanish language literature. I was hired as an English editor at a Taiwanese law firm in Taipei, Taiwan. Okay, if you're doing the math there in your head, let me just make it easy for you. No, English or Spanish are not the recorded language in Taipei, Taiwan. I had studied Mandarin Chinese. I had spent a semester in Beijing. I loved languages. I reveled in cultural immersion, and honestly, I just liked talking to people from wildly different backgrounds to see what I could learn from them. My 22-year-old rationale was that, and by the way, I think it holds up, if I could add Mandarin to my toolkit, I would have about a third of the world's population available to me directly to engage with and talk to. So I figured I could talk to more people. So I took the plunge. I followed my hunch to Taiwan, where I figured I'd spend a year or two learning Chinese, deciding if I wanted to be a lawyer, and I arrived in Taipei, Taiwan on the eve of September 11th, 2001. You've heard of that day. I know you've read about it. My first full day in a new city, for my new job, for my new life, on a new continent, as a newly minted graduate, was 9/11/2001, and I am humbled as I did the math, thinking about your age and how you learned about this pivotal day in my life and in many of our lives from a history book. And I am now trying to grapple with welcoming my own self to middle age. Like many of your adults here in this room, I watched the Twin Towers as nearly 3,000 occupants of the Twin Towers evaporated on live television, and the Pentagon smolder alongside a field in Shanksfield, Pennsylvania, and I watched it on television like everyone else, but from half a world away. In that moment, the seeds of my first cycle of trial and error and self-learning and trying again began. Because it turned out that actually, somewhere from within me on that day bubbled up a yearning to participate in the functioning of American democracy. It was a yearning that I didn't know I had, and I had never, maybe if I had it, listened to it deeply before. I knew I'd been patriotic. I had always intellectually marveled at the American experiment, our country's contribution to self-government in the context of human history, but I didn't know that it would stir me deeply and personally until that day when the United States was attacked in person on our own soil for the first time in 60 years. And I didn't even know anyone personally. I was not connected to the event personally. I grew up in Colorado. But I was alone, half a world away, wanting nothing more than to start participating in the functioning of American democracy. And so I realized that was going to be hard to do from a desk at a Chinese language law firm on the other side of the planet. I remained in Taiwan for about a year, redirected my focus, and I returned to the United States to participate in the 2002 election cycle to volunteer on a US Senate campaign. From that experience in Taiwan, I learned, plus with that course correction afterward, I began a new sequence of trial and error, and this time, I worked to learn how the sausage is made in our democracy, but narrowing the aperture and defining the skills and learning what I could be good at. I was a congressional staffer, I worked in the White House, I worked on presidential campaigns, I was a political strategist, and then somewhere towards the end of the decade, that first decade, somebody I knew, a friend, convinced me to try television. It turned out that after I tried it, I was reasonably good about talking about ideas on television. And now, I host a television program on PBS where I delve into the functioning of our democracy with guests from across the political spectrum, from Bernie Sanders to Sarah Huckabee Sanders every week. Where I am now professionally bears a key insight to my 22-year-old self. I still love talking to people with wildly different perspectives and seeing what I can learn from them. And through trial and error, I honed that skill and married it with a deep passion for American democracy. Bear with me. For what it's worth, that friend who encouraged me to try television became my husband. And he's now a candidate for US Congress on Long Island. His name is John Avalon. Hi, honey. So I want you to know I doubled down. I doubled down and I married somebody who is also married to my passion. Here's what I say to you today. Class of 2024, I hope that starting tomorrow, you begin the process of finding what you're good at, through trial and error if need be, and marrying it with what stirs you inside. I hope that you will also be willing to stand apart when called to do so, and do it against the backdrop of American democracy that has afforded you these opportunities. Come on down, take the plunge, the water's fine. Congratulations, 2024.
Thank you very much, Ms. Hoover, for those inspirational reflections for our graduates on this very important day. Now, I would like to take a moment to recognize our 2023-24 Teacher of the Year Award recipients. Excellence in teaching and student learning are among our highest priorities at Hofstra University, and we take great pride in the quality of teaching and learning that takes place on our campus. It is therefore an enormous honor for someone to be selected as a Teacher of the Year. Every year, our students select recipients for this singular honor. This afternoon, we are joined by recipients of the Teacher of the Year who are with us today, just a subset of those who have been recognized. Please stand as your name is called and remain standing. From the Zarb School of Business, Ralph Polomeni, Professor of Accounting. And from the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication, George Nicholas, Associate Professor of Radio, Television, and Film. Ask George and Ralph to come to the podium to receive recognition from President Poser. Representing our Hofstra alumni, we have Michael Sorrentino, class of '05, the Alumni Organization Historian Parliamentarian. The university salutes the alumni of Hofstra's class of 1974 and is especially delighted to welcome those members of the 50th reunion class who are with us today. Michael Sorrentino.
Congratulations, class of 2024. Give yourself a round of applause, come on. It's my pleasure today to welcome you into the Hofstra University Alumni Association. You're joining a network of more than 148,000 members throughout all 50 states in more than 100 countries. For some of you, your career of students might be ending today, but you'll always be part of this family, and I really mean that. Remember that your connection to Hofstra doesn't end today. You've heard it a few times already. Think of this moment as the beginning of a lifelong association with a world-class institution and powerful alumni network. Those who graduated before you have forged paths in virtually every aspect of the working world and can provide inspiring examples of what a Hofstra University graduate can do with this degree. I encourage you to stay involved with the university by making connections to our alumni leaders who are going to offer you a helping hand and great advice. All you have to do is reach out. Listen, I wasn't the best high school student, okay? This place took a risk on me, and it has paid off in spades. I've graduated and now worked with a lot of my former students and friends in college, built pretty successful business, a lot of ups and downs. Money may come and go. Your current job might change. But as a good friend of mine said to me this morning, your network is your net worth. Of course, it's easier than ever to stay in touch because we have social media and LinkedIn and Facebook and Twitter and whatever else is interesting now. So all your classmates, your faculty, your mentors, your coaches, and the entire alumni body, we're here. It took me a long time to realize that, but we want to help you. You spent a lot of hard work. Mom and Dad spent a lot of money. Now let's get it to pay off. Let's get you all working and contributing. I look forward to seeing you guys at future alumni events. Congratulations to every one of you. Now go change the world. So I also have the privilege today to have among us a group of Hofstra graduates who graduated in 1974, and I have the privilege of introducing them. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary of graduation today. Will the members of the class of 1974 please come forward to be recognized by President Poser. Dr. Elizabeth Teresa Coyle. Edith Dankowitz. Barry Felder. John M. Fucci. Dr. Barnett Paul Geller. Yair Grinberg. Thomas Andrew Kapusta. Kenneth Kelly. Joan Opalinchik Morrison. Inderjeet Sadeho. Dr. David Robert Shumway. Mallory J. Stevens. And Reverend Dr. Ann M. Abate Van Cleef.
And now, the part of the program you've all been waiting for. Will the candidates for the Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, and Bachelor of Fine Arts please stand? President Poser, I have the honor to present those candidates from the Frank G. Zarb School of Business, Fred DeMatteis School of Engineering and Applied Science, and the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication, who have completed all of the requirements for the bachelor's degree. I join with the faculty and the deans of our schools and colleges in recommending that you confer the appropriate degrees upon these candidates.
Graduates, by the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hofstra University and by the regents of the state of New York, and upon recommendations of the provost and your deans and your faculty, I am pleased and proud to confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration, Bachelor of Engineering, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Arts, or Bachelor of Fine Arts as appropriate. You are now entitled to all of the privileges and opportunities afforded by your degree. Our heartiest congratulations.
Will the graduates please step forward? I ask the graduates to please step forward to be recognized by President Poser and your dean. As you cross the stage, your names will be read by Margaret Hunter, Associate Professor of Engineering, Fred DeMatteis School of Engineering and Applied Science, Michelle Roberts, Senior Assistant Dean, the Lawrence Herbert School of Communication. David Rooney, Associate Dean and Professor of Engineering in the Fred DeMatteis School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. And Lutetia Vickery, Associate Dean of Undergraduate Programs and Assistant Professor of Management and Entrepreneurship in the Frank G. Zarb School of Business.
Frank G. Zarb, School of Business. Marissa Marta. Rabir Singh. Sujay Grover. Dean Maestrick. Ty Bluette. Marina Loray. Lauren Montero. Isabella Cairo. Devin Riley. Layla Hakimzadeh. Julia Masalin. Iman Chowdhury. Joseph Betts. Grania Birmingham. Ryan Gordon. Dana Baus. Emily Darvid. Fikret Jarulazul. Matthew Hernandez. Vincent Propananzo. Alexis Panagatos. Z. Rong Yu. Brooke Anya. Gerline Carr. Seamus Hickey. Evan Bernstein. Grace Kelly Guzman Grandes. Jake Giannoni. Jackson Hamel. Aiden Wiley. James Watterson. Grace Poupke. Chloe Sedlar. Richard Hickeys. Benjamin Niesman. Griffin Turner. Grayson Fike. Jayasi Watson. Natalie Deme. Luca Gatsiritse. Tamir Sidzaikov. Saradiba Hussein. Ilya Baralavikas. Adriana Losiak. Tara McNally. Justin Bondi. Hannah Kaplan. Reese Kruger. Jay Gallagher. Evie Constanatos. Ariana Lima. Arthur Moonves. Joseph Altamare. Salvatore Dionofrio. Kevin Valencia.
Lucinio Fontana. Benjamin Letta. Jackson Chalmers. Kerry Walsher. John Recker. Rosemary De Paula. Justin Rosenthal. Elizabeth Pecoraro. Hamza Huck. Julie Singh. Christopher Schwartz. Christopher Amabuso. Nico Eppolito. Joseph Musacchia. Romel Laminis Duval. Edward Angel Rodriguez. Kevin McDermott. Reed Langiel. Connor Hall. James Comins. German Plotnikov. Anthony Kanaletech. Patrick Wall. Jack Pires. Aiden Milanese. Connor Ronan. Jake Meyer. Mitchell Gorin. Rachel Hertz. Kevin Dolan. Shannon Longmore. Matthias Martinez. Christopher Benedetti. Luis Rios. Juliana Picardo. Grisel Heredia Franco. Gianni Ramos. Nicholas Peliaz. Gabriel Kritz. Rahul Das. Justin Corallo. Ashley Lynn. Jack Reen. Alex Naijo. Niall Love. Angelica Lizawi. Megan Wood. Cara Cardone. Ashley West. Mitchell Gelman.
Paul Cleary. Bryson Henry. Michael Hanlon. Robert Seeley. Tristan Nebjo. Daniel Kelleher. Stephen Harrington. Avery Holden. Yammer Sinel. Bo Catards. Savannah Wyrock. Leo Clark. Samuel Atlas. Colin Fitzsimmons. Waleed Mahmoud. Carissa Schroher. Nicholas Moran. Christopher Loja. Taylor Nicolosi. Shane Setta. Nicholas Laughlin. Donald Hagman. Alex Serafian. Henry Molina. Emily Lee. Litza Saravia Romero. Xian Zhang. Diana Kelly Riviera. Valerie Londano. Quadra? Safa Kadra. Raja. Samantha Place. Jillian Aronov. Jack Chaudelaine. Vanu Kamoor. Diana Matias. Mariha Karim. Roman Guardardo. Francie Ceciris. Chanel Miller. Riley McBride. Alma Diversevec. Layla Diversevec. Nitin Karup. Akshat Chadhe. Sammy Satur. Juliana Logan. Matthew Chester. Randy Abreu. Naib Hussam. Malachi Sidney. Amara Lewis. Amina Sharif. Aliyah Alamahad. Huda Amin.
The Lawrence Herbert School of Communication. TJ Sarasi. Sarah Badaglino. Anna DeGood. Alisa Mastrandeja. Savannah Perry. Amanda Carmel. How are you? Congratulations. Sophia Straub. Madison Lewis. Erica Holman. Congratulations. Madison Traub. Valerie Longjos. Jeremy Chin. How are you? Stephen Surges. Alexandra Brock. Hannah Greenberg. Diego Arizmendelanis. Elizabeth Page. Francesca Bala. Stephanie Cornito. Rachel Harlan. Angelica Carlos. McKenna Robbins. Lauren Carolla. Krishna Vakina. Madison Winchell. Joshua Pfeiffer. Cole McDonald. Samuel Wong Schultz. Andrew Howard. Christian Harris. Mark Melton. Congrats. Ryan, congrats. Ryan R. Conway. Oh, Ryan P. Conway. Ryan Drew. Congrats, so fun. Joseph Whittle. Congrats. Sarah Schwartz. Justin Brown. Olivia McGarry. Bailey Krug. Noah Rockman. Jade Ha. Iman Ganchi. Nathan Burns. Urvi Gandhi. Emma Pelletier. Anthi Panatagidis. Grace Madden. Evangelia Zoyas. Jessica Ross. Robert Wilcox. Samantha Kritzberg. Morgan Furstenberg. Sarah Gasho. Brendan Slattery. Alyssa Gale. Yes, I know you. Hi. I'm going to have to. Melanie Senra.
Alex Gravius. Elise Robley. Anastasia Ivanova. Stephen Astor. Trevor Parentor. Jaden Moffat. Cameron Cave. Isabella Rocha. Javier Rumipamba. Alex Beckert Swazi. Tori Bien. Timothy Aleto. Jay Sharon. Benjamin McGowan. Jessa Ng. Rachel Katz. Armando Sáenz. Joshua Sager. Avery Daniel Torf. Christopher Adeniji. Madison Blank. Isabella Dotza. Mary Ellen Lassen. Jonna Lynn Palmese. Kayla Collins. Callister MacArthur. Sofia Fuertes. Nicoletto Gambino. Alexa McNulty. Madeline Greenberg. Isabella Lebu. James Beal. Julia Kavanaugh. Jillian Kane. Adriana Whitlock. Egan Bello. Bianca Roque. Ian Burke Perez. Ryan Domino. Anthony Wagers. Eric Alcapina. Jay Rajani. Derek Beckel. Luis Cristiano. Jason Spiller. Nicholas Calvellamacchia.
Look who I get. Yao Bonsu. Woo! Lily Mullaney. Elizabeth Ford. Sophia Gudemi. Congrats. Beau Dragon. John Sargent. Congrats. Gabriel Zoda. Hi, congrats. Christian Gardecki. Brendan Gambeski. Andrew Fantuccio. Jack Leiden. Ralph Busha. Brett Bjorkman. Dylan Roskovensky. Joseph Morial. Daniel DiCrescenzo. Edmund Conway. Anisha Dasgupta. Rachel Bamboshe. Alexa Ferrara. Leo Berman. Celine Gambuza. Noah Botex. McMahon Sykes. Jasmine Sellers. Joseph Callan.
Fred DeMatteis, School of Engineering and Applied Science. Tyler Bonds. Dylan Shu. Kevin Rosa. Nicholas Geegan. Haley Bober. Isaiah Roman. Justin Obritsky. Nayan Chatterjee. Jasmine Varela. Maria Syriac. Daisy Melissa Aguiar. Robert Caradona. Fatima Zavala Espinal. Jamie McSorley. Abigail Rabani. Enji El Hamzawi. Sardonia Duveau. Zihari Cameron. Ella McCary. Yadim Levin. Kevin Naska. Sardar Jajit Singh Lubana. Vito Madano. Michael Grassati. John Mancini. Robert Lorgia. Brandon Langone. Victor Haldorf. Jason Alexovich. Anton Kaimov. Nicholas Fine. Thomas Milani. Toby Facey. Lowry Lumbai. Michael Ilyajanov. Mohammed Abedin. Brandon Singh. Matthew Rivera. Robert Abramov. Brianna Alejo. Caitlin Mooney. Akash Yagnik. James Moore. Stacy Capel. Gregory Siolimasian. Andrew Tarabokia. Adam Rubin. Nicole Gorbenko. Ashley Marquez Villanueva. Dylan Stewart. Mateo Milano. Adam Ramasra. Krish Budrani. Justin Ng. Sylvester Stewart. Joshua Shamash. Junli Chen. Matthew Bell. Nicholas DeSimone. Jean Rojas Hanau. Lai Patel. Dylan Heyer. Justin Zheng. Sravia Guntaka. Desiree Desir. Thank you. Andrew Jones. Diego Garcia. Kevin Pierre. Nicholas Lara. Ramiz Latif. Byron Alvarez. Navneet Kaur. Jackson Dupuis. Christina Karras. Marcia Garcia. Nidhi Kuchakula. Eric Hadi. Mohammed Ali. Zachary Flurkey. Kevin Rivera. Tyler Lavarnia. Bryant Biley. Joseph Giordano. Thomas Curran. Lorenzo Petraglia. Nicholas Racchioni. Runako Miat. Diego Espada. Ian Hogan. Ralph Lelusis. Brendan Forrest. Raymond Zhang. And Christopher Rios.
Congratulations again to the class of 2024. And to the families and friends of our graduates, the mothers and fathers, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, grandparents, nephews, nieces, cousins, children, spouses, thank you all for being here today, and thank you for everything you've done to support these students. And let's also take a moment to thank your professors, your mentors and advisors, and Hofstra staff members, the ones who helped get you to where you are sitting today, not only by teaching you, but also helping you through challenging projects and assignments, and supporting you in myriad ways, many of which are invisible in student organizations, athletics, internships, clubs, residence life, dining, campus safety, and so forth. A big thank you to all of them. And please remember to share your future accomplishments with us and return to visit, to mentor the students who follow in your footsteps. We need you now as role models to those coming up, because that's what you are, and that's what you have become by virtue of graduating today and becoming alumni of Hofstra University. And we need you as alumni and ambassadors for Hofstra to tell the world what's going on here at this most wonderful university. You are now our shining example of all that we do and represent. So once again, congratulations to the class of 2024 and Godspeed.
Graduates, to make your commencement ceremony complete, I ask you to move your tassel from the right to the left to signify the end of this stage of your academic pursuits. We welcome you as the newest members of the Hofstra University Alumni, a community of 148,000 strong. Following this commencement, there'll be a reception for the graduates, guests, faculty, and members of the platform party in the David S. Mack Physical Education Complex that is adjacent to this arena. I ask that the audience remain in place until the academic procession has left the stage. One final order of business. Graduates, please stand if you're able, turn around, and let's show your and our appreciation and love for all those people who helped make the day possible. Those who are here and those who could not be here. Congratulations.